himself.
All right. So now the third and final round, ladies and gentlemen, which has been a hot encounter. Mayo, how fun now? Wait, sit down, bro.
Mayo, what's up, Mayo?
Sit down now. How fun now?
I'll win this round.
The sun is in my eye. That's why I'm trying to close my curtain.
Okay.
So it won't affect my view.
Yeah, it was too harsh. Anyway, so the third and final round, ladies and gentlemen, this is an American topic. We are going to talk about Deontay Wilder. Same AJ carries a lot of muscle, and we all know muscle requires oxygen to function.
Easy work.
Good points. Which makes your point, Mayua, if he comes out blasting, he will get tired in six rounds. All right. So talking about the third topic, Deontay Wilder just lost back-to-back L's, which were both his first in his career. So Deontay Wilder now, what is next for him? Okay, no, that's not the question. Can Deontay Wilder become a champion in the current heavyweight division? How the heavyweight division is being stacked? I'm not saying he should go chasing the WBC. He could chase any other title. You understand? So Deontay Wilder, does he have any potential to become a champion again in the heavyweight division? We start with who am I starting with this time?
Let me go a knockout punch. Let me just finish the round.
Wait. All right, okay.
Let him go.
All right, Farouk, let me ask you the question real quick. We are doing 10 minutes for this segment. I beg, Mukuna no to Dragon.
Of course, let's go.
Deontay Wilder, does he have a chance of becoming a champion again in the heavyweight division of boxing? Farouk, go.
No, very, very unlikely. Deontay Wilder is already 35 years old.
Yeah.
Wait, Farouk, you don't mute. No, you are mute. You are mute on Zoom, bro.
He's ducking.
I'm not mute, man. I'm speaking.
Okay, yeah.
We are back. Oh, yeah, go.
Okay,
let me shoot again. Is Deontay Wilder done being a champion in the heavyweight division?
Yeah, I say yes, he's done being champion in the heavyweight division. It's very, very unlikely. I cannot say 100% he's not going to be champion, but based on my stand at the moment, he's not going to be a champion because of a lot of factors. I'm going to use age as one of the factors. Going back to what Kennedy said you decline with age. Deontay Wilder is already 35, going to 36 this year. So by the time he's going to get a chance to fight for a title again, he's going to be around 38 or 39. And it's very, very, we've seen that in the past, the last one, Evander Holyfield and the rest won in their 40s, but very rare. So the chance of Wilder winning title again will be very, very slim. And the way the heavyweight division is structured and is going, we're actually seeing the best fighting the best now. The likes of Dillian White is still there. The Usyk, the Fury. I don't see why they're fighting Fury again. And Fury will be going for unification at the moment with Usyk. So now let's say Usyk and Fury and AJ fight next, and either AJ or Usyk win. The winner is going to either face Fury or Dillian White, because Fury is scheduled to fight Dillian White, which is WBC mandatory. So before all this to play around, the rematch of those two fights is to be around 2022, ending of 2023. Wilder is already 38 or 39. So Wilder, the age factor, and also skill set, Wilder has fought the best he can beat, the guys he can knock out. He has already fought all these guys. Like I said in the first debate, you have to prove yourself by beating caliber of opponent to become the best of an era. Wilder has fought those guys who are in the top 30 of the heavyweight, top 30, top 40, and he has defeated and he has defended his belt 10 times. Now, the people he can fight, he cannot beat them. He cannot beat those guys to become a champion again. He cannot beat Usyk to become a champion. He cannot beat beat Dillian White. He dogged Dillian White for 3 years or 2 years. He never gave Dillian White a chance, even when he was mandated by WBC.
True.
Deontay Wilder cannot beat AJ. No matter how you guys will talk about AJ Chin, AJ this, AJ that. If he can, I would love to see those fights, but let him fight AJ. Let him fight Dillian White. Let him fight his way back to the title shot. But for me, in this point that I've made clear to you, Wilder has fought the best he can fight. Age is against him. He is not the very skilled boxer. He's just a knockout artist. In that fight against Fury, what made the fight fun was the knockdown. It was just a power tussle. The fight. Well, there was you cannot see any Wilder fight and see any clinical boxing style. He just go in there to swing. So the top 4 that are there with the belt now, Wilder cannot beat those guys. That's the fact. So Wilder cannot be champion again. Knockout.
All right. We heard Farouk talk about age factor. We heard him talk about the fact that the guys on top of the heavyweight divisions are too high quality for Wilder as boxers. Mayowa, I would ask you the same question. Is Deontay Wilder going to be a champion again in the heavyweight division?
Our life is over, right?
Life is over.
It has ended.
Hey, who ended up?
No, it's ended. Just do it again.
You were in the middle of making your point.
Yes. So now, remember
Mayowa.
what?
Mayowa, is Deontay Wilder going to be champion again in the heavyweight division of boxing?
I don't know if he will be, because but he can be. Yes. And the reason he can be is because 1, he can knock out Usyk. 2, he can knock out AJ. That's the truth of the situation. We can argue or want to argue about it, but that's the truth. Because remember that Farouk has said that AJ's best path to victory against Usyk. What did he say? Knockout, right? Who has the best knockout rate in this generation as a fighter? Wilder. Everybody knows Usyk can outbox Wilder for 12 rounds.
I cannot believe that because
no. Let's not rush. Stars make fights. Let's not argue. You said with your mouth that AJ probably needs to knock out Wilder. Come there, lean on him and knock him out. Right? That's what we discussed. Who has the best knockout power in the division? Wilder. By your own admission, a guy who can knock out Usyk can win the fight. Who's that guy?
We cannot play permutation and combination.
I did not
put the fights to play. Then we'll see. You cannot be playing assumption. You are playing assumption game. I gave you facts.
I did not go against you.
I gave you facts.
Wilder can knock out
and I knock you out in this round.
Listen,
give me facts.
I just give you a fact. Wilder can knock out anybody. And we've seen with Fury that what saved Fury in both fights was his grit. Does Usyk have that type of grit? I don't believe so. I believe that Fury is, first of all, Fury is very big, so he can absorb punches better. And Fury barely survived twice in 3 fights.
So when will Wilder meet these guys to fight?
Listen.
You're playing analogy permutation. When will that fight happen?
Don't worry about
to become a champion. That's what I'm talking about. Can he be champion?
Don't worry about.
Give us timeline.
Can he be champion?
Put your stats together.
Listen. Don't fight me. Can Fury be can Wilder be champion? Yes, because if he can match up against Usyk, he can win that fight. If he can, and let's even say, since one permutation, let me give you permutation. If AJ wins the fight somehow, and Fury looks like he might retire again for some reason, and what else?
He's scared.
Wait. No. Let's permutation now. So we're doing permutations, right?
Okay.
If AJ finds a way to beat Usyk, and Wilder fights AJ for the title, do you think that the way Usyk was landing on AJ, that if Wilder landed those shots, AJ can take them? Do you think if the fight that we just watched last week with Fury and Wilder, if that was AJ in that fight, will he have survived on both sides for 12 rounds? In your heart, tell yourself the truth. Can his chin take? Can he take that kind of damage that Wilder took for 11 rounds? And can he take
we don't want to see that fight. That's why we see those fights.
Can he recover from those knockdowns?
We don't want to see those fights. We cannot assume. We have to see those fights.
You can assume right now based on what you've seen.
AJ has been rocked before against Ruiz.
By who?
AJ was rocked against Ruiz.
Those are not power punchers.
He got up several times.
Those are not power punchers.
Okay, your so-called power puncher Wilder of this era.
Ruiz is not a power puncher.
Your so-called power puncher of this era was knocked down 3 times by Tyson Fury. So if you want to go by that analogy,
listen,
wait.
He was knocked out.
That's not the competition.
We're saying offense, not defense. We're saying offense, not defense. Offense, not defense. We know Fury has power.
Tyson Fury is the power puncher in the division. If you want to go by analogy, because Tyson Fury knocked Deontay Wilder 3 good times. The guy fell on his almost on his head. Listen. So who is the power puncher now in your analogy?
Wait. Farouk. Time no day. Farouk, make Mayowa, I beg you, get 30 seconds. Make your point around up.
I've said what I've said. Listen, no one knows what matches can be made. If Fury meets AJ in a fight, we know he can knock him out. He can knock out AJ, and I believe he can knock out Usyk as well. He may not. We know that Wilder has been in fights where he didn't win. He wasn't winning for 8 rounds, and he found his punch. And he always finds his punch. He has found his punch against Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was 277 pounds, very heavy, and he found a way to absorb it. And he had a great heart and he had a great chin. I don't think anybody else has the kind of chin that Fury has in that division. And if Wilder lands on anybody that Wilder lands on is out, no matter who they are and what belts they have. If Wilder lands on you, you're going to go. And because of that, this power that he has a chance to be a champion regardless. End of story.
All right. Fantastic. Guys, I don't know if you probably have missed the whole debates, maybe missed Farouk's points or Maiwa's points. Do you mind? You guys cannot judge accurately because most of the arguments were offline. So
thank you for joining us.
Wait now, Farouk. Now smile. Why are you like this?
He knows how the fight is going. His face.
He said I knock you out or it's a draw.
Okay,
you cannot beat me this debate.
guys.
It doesn't happen that way. I knock you out.
Who won the debate? Is it Mayowa or is it Farouk?
Guys in Zoom, when I talk. Because I don't trust Instagram people.
Yeah, people they Zoom.
Zoom guys,
how far now? Our Zoom audience, quickly tell us, please, who won this? Quickly, only 1 minute left.
Give me my belt. Give me my belt. Give me my belt.
See,
Frodo, they talk say you don't win.
Give me my belt. Where's my belt? Dana.
It's a draw. It's a draw.
Guys, subscribe.
Check out.
Subscribe, guys. Like, do all the good.
Africans!